Topic number 3. Let's talk Star Wars. Something.
No, let's talk Ron Howard.
Even better. Ron Howard took over directing duties for the apparently, I don't know if I should say troubled. I don't want to spread more clickbait, but dang it, come on, why do I have to do this? Took over for the 2 guys that were directing.
We'll call it abandoned.
You know what though? Now you're getting all these opinions on what's going on. I even saw an article, which I'm just like, are you kidding me, that said the departure of the directors from Star Wars just show another constant war that's going on between Hollywood and its directors. And I'm like, calm the fuck down, okay? Like, whatever. First of all, these 2 guys are known for making great movies that are comedies. And from everything that's been out there and the consistency of the leaks that are coming out, I think adds some weight to it. And I could believe this is where it's going, is they were apparently shooting this movie as a buddy cop comedy. And they were not getting the Star Wars tone. It was going way too much into the comedy route. Now,
that's just it. I don't want to see a comedy.
I don't either. That's not why I'm going to watch a Han Solo Star Wars movie. I'm not saying that there isn't room for that out there. Yeah. That's not what I want from this. If there's a bunch of you out there that's what you wanted, to each their own. But I don't think that's, first of all, why would you bring in Lawrence Kasdan to write this, who wrote Empire and Jedi and now The Force Awakens, and write this, but then have them just improv the whole movie and make a comedy? I would have done the exact same fucking thing. Said, look, I respect what you're doing. And even the 2 directors even said, we hate using that cliche of left for creative differences, but in this case, that's exactly what it was. I don't think they left on bad terms, but I don't want to go into a Star Wars.
Different directions.
Exactly.
Irreconcilable differences.
Exactly.
I don't want to see a comedy.
I don't either.
I want to see something gritty. I want to see something dark.
Yep.
You know, if you want to throw humor in there, a little bit of levity, by all means, that's who Han Solo is. But it has to have those dark elements. And
it has to have the tone of Star Wars, which they nailed.
That's it.
Yeah.
It has to stay within the Star Wars continuity, and the Star Wars continuity isn't joking around, and Han playing grab ass or, some shit like that. No, that's not what I want to see.
Yep, me neither.
I want to see the Kessel Run. I want to see dumping cargo.
Yep. Do you think we're going to get the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs in this?
You have to. It's a Han Solo movie.
Wouldn't that be so cool if they did that?
An explanation. A valid explanation has to be present in this.
Now I'm really curious to see how much of the movie in principal photography have they already shot? How much needs to be reshot? If this was any other movie production out there, I would have been like, man, this movie's falling apart. But the fact that you've got Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm, which has done such a great job of showing us how much they care about stuff, and we got an Academy Award-winning director, Ron Howard, who's a huge Star Wars fan, directing this, I'm not worried at all. How about you?
I'm worried more about the release date.
Oh, really?
I think that might get pushed.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, no, and you're right. Ron Howard, I went through and I was trying to think. I'm like, Happy Days, Andy Griffith Show. And then I was like, movies. And then I started looking at them. Apollo 13.
Yeah.
Love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Cocoon. Honest to God, love the movie. Steve Guttenberg.
Da Vinci Code.
People. All the Da Vinci Code trilogy.
Yeah.
Willow.
Mm-hmm.
A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys make some great movies.
I have zero problem with this movie in his hands. If it does get pushed back, fine. From what I've read, and who knows, take that with a grain of salt, that they don't need to reshoot the whole movie. A lot of the stuff is still usable.
But is it through Ron Howard's lens?
I'm sure it is. I mean, I'm damn well.
This is the same Joss Whedon thing.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing though. Weren't they done shooting principal photography, or almost done, when Joss Whedon came in? With this, we don't know that's the case. And with Bob Iger Hellman, CEOs of Disney, and Kathleen Turner, who really want this movie to be everything we did, which is why we got Lawrence Kasdan to write it. If they needed to put more money into it to do a bunch of reshooting to meet the timeline, they will do that without a single second thought.
Yeah. This movie is going to print money.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter how much you spend on it.
Right.
Double the budget. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. I'm pumped that this happened. I was already excited for the movie. When I found out who was going to be directing it, I was like, okay, whatever. I mean,
well, let's go through the cast a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
just because I was thinking about this. Woody Harrelson's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Love that guy. The kid they cast as Han Solo, I can't remember his name.
Aldrin Emmerich, I think it is.
Lukewarm on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in a few movies. I did like him in those movies.
There are some rumors that they're not happy with his.
He has kind of a thick.
Yeah.
He has a thick accent in the movies that I've seen him.
There's some rumors that they're not happy with his portrayal of Han Solo in the movie and are even bringing in an acting coach. But then I almost wonder if, well, right from the get-go, when you're going with the tone and the feeling and what the directors are pushing you, maybe that's hopefully more the fault of the directors that have exited and less than his acting ability, because he was in that movie Hail Caesar, and he was really good in it. I liked him in that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was in that. He was in another movie, and I can't remember the name of it, like Beautiful People or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he was really good in that movie.
Yeah.
It was based in the South on some witch things. Not a great movie, but I thought he was really good in it. So I think he has the ability. And then is it Donald Glover?
Yep.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I mean, I think he could do a great job. It has looks like.
Sorry, say that again.
The Mother of Dragons.
Oh yeah, she is.
Plays the Mother of
she
Dragons.
is in it. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Not as the blonde Targaryen.
Right.
But it's good to see the Game of Thrones is making their way into the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. You know, you're right. When you bring all that up, my biggest if you could even call it worry, slight anxiety is, man, I hope that Alden is up to the task of doing Han Solo based on some of this stuff come out. I hope the negative rumors of his acting were just because of the direction that the previous directors were taking the movie. I really hope that's the case.
I don't see him as a comedic actor.
Uh-huh.
I see him as a serious actor, and if they're trying to put him in a comedic role, I could see why some of the things are falling flat for him.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's.
But no, I wish the kid the best of luck. I mean, I think he is a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
But no, just the cast that I've seen. I mean, it looks fine. I mean, it looks like it should be a great movie.
Let's cross our finger. I mean, with all the pieces coming together,
see if we can see Darth Vader in it. Boba Fett.
God, you know what? There's so many questions.
They could all make cameos.
Yeah, because this does take place between that area where Darth Vader is Darth Vader. That'll be really interesting to see. I've got a lot of questions about how this movie. You'd think with all the pieces of this, even if it's been derailed up until now, that this can still be salvaged, because with Ron Howard, Lawrence Kasdan writing it, and all these pieces, come on, this has to be awesome, right? It has to be.
Yeah. I want to see a Nerf herder, too. I know we were almost promised a Nerf herder in Rogue One.
Only if he's scruffy looking.
But obviously. It'd be nice if Han actually came from a planet of Nerf herders.
Yeah. Well,
what do we know about Han?
Now, Han Solo can't end up with the Millennium Falcon by the end of this, right? Because Lando, isn't he...
He wins it in a bet.
Well, you're right. It could be. You're right. It could be at the end of this. Yeah, you're right. God, I can't wait for this. I hope this is really awesome. You know, it's interesting, too, because I still have so much hope for this movie. I'm really starting to think that there's a question mark over Episode 8, because all the people that have internally that has come out and talked about it are constantly saying the word different. Not saying good different. They're just saying different. And I think that there's a good chance that because of a different direction, Mark Hamill even said he specifically was against every route that Ryan Johnson was taking, but totally bought into his vision. And I hope that this is just a very different, and man, that was awesome. They went in a totally different route that I would have thought, and this is going to be great, because I think there's a potential of, well, that was I think there's a possibility of that with Episode 8.
Yeah, no, I think when he says that, well, we're not going to get like everybody's comparison, A New Hope to The Force Awakens. It's different.
Yeah. It
needs to be a different movie than Empire.
And I
Still
really
be dark. But it needs to be a different
when we did our first reaction about oh my God, Luke's like the time for the Jedi to end, I don't think that's going to be a big decision thing at the end of the movie. I think that's going to be brought up right away, and then an arc that Luke goes through in 8 and 9 to maybe a new way to take the Jedi. I really hope they keep the Jedi. That's just my hope. But the fact that they have already thrown that little nugget out there for us, so maybe we could get used to it. They wouldn't be doing that if that was a big climactic scene. That's probably something that as soon as she shows up, he's like, look, I've just decided that the Jedi have to be done right now, and that's something that maybe Rey or Luke has to discover through his own journey, bring back hope to himself. You know what I mean? I've got a feeling that's why they already teased us with that right away.
Possibly. Yeah.
Oh, great. Now
Ray brings the light back to Luke.
Sorry, you cut out there. Say that again.
Ray brings the light back to
Maybe.
Luke.
Or inspires him or something. I just think that that'll be Luke's arc, which makes sense because if he's just the old Obi-Wan Kenobi all over again, you're right, that would be boring. It's got to be something different. It's got to be something new.
Yeah, I want to see Dark Luke. I want to see Gray Jedi Luke.
I don't know if we're going to get that.
Maybe
I can
even
see we get
dabbling in the dark
mopey
side
Luke.
a little bit.
I think he's going to be a little bit
Mopey, yeah. Like the guy that's still mad he didn't get to go to Toshi's station and get those power converters, and he keeps bringing this shit up all the time.
And all my Padawans got slaughtered.
Toshi's station.
You know.
Aunt Beru.
I think he's going to be mopey Luke until he finally comes up against Kylo and Snoke and finally has to whoop some ass. And then we get to see the Luke that we've wanted to see.
Yeah, emo Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the antidepressants needing
Justin Bieber Luke.
50-year-old. Yeah. Depressed millennials.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about Ron Howard taking over the Han Solo movie, because we're kind of jacked for it.
Yeah. Our tangent as processed.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments.